I'm tired still. That's why I wear sunglasses.
So no one can see.
In my eyes.
You're sleeping?
I'm sleeping literally right now. I'm literally unconscious. I am. What's up, everybody? We are back, and today we are going to do a little race recap about the National Duathlon Championships. Let's get into it. So I've competed in the National Duathlon Championships a little while ago. It's been a little bit of a delay since that event happened to this race recap right now. But you gotta bear with me, okay? This is the stuff that I do. I delay. A year down the road, I'm gonna do a race recap because that's what this is all about. So guys, welcome back. We're gonna do a quick little race recap about my time in Montreal competing at the National Duathlon Championships. They haven't had one in the last few years because of, you know, the Rona, and first time back, and it was fun. It was my first ever National Duathlon Championships. It was in Montreal. It was at the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve. If you know my little French Canadian accent, it is the circuit of Gilles Villeneuve, which is the F1 circuit, and that's where the National Championships were held. Lots of fun. The track was sick, and it was just a great experience. The bike course was actually on the actual F1 racetrack. It was going the opposite way, but it was great. It was great. Didn't crash into the wall of champions, which is always very, very important on that track if you watch F1. But it was a great experience. Definitely by far the best bike track I've ever been on. It was smooth, fast, just amazing. Just a great experience. So it was a lot of fun. And you know, the entire weekend, it was great. I just went up to Montreal to just enjoy Montreal a little bit, and did the race, had the opportunities to sort of compete, and it was just a great experience. So the race was hot in the sense that it was just scorching outside. It was smoking hot. So I didn't want to cook myself right out of the gate. I was just trying to, you know, take it easy, stay with the pack, and don't die right away. It was good. It was fast at the start. Pace started picking up. I didn't want to push myself and overcook myself on that first run. So sort of the second half of the run, I sort of let the lead group go a little bit just to sort of stay there, stay consistent. And, you know, the minute you sort of overdo it right out of the gate with that first run, it's just a long day altogether. So I was just like, you know what? I should be able to pick off some of them on that bike. And, you know, we headed into the bike, headed into transition, and got on the bike. It was a fast course, flying, so sick. It was the best bike course of all time. So I passed some people, and I ended up going into the second transition with a pretty decent sort of gap, closing in on the top guys that were there. And I fell. Somebody slammed on the brakes right at the dismount line because they didn't stop at the dismount line. I went over my handlebars a little bit, kind of ate it on my side because the person slammed on the brakes in front of me, and it was just frustrating. It was frustrating. Luckily, I was okay and the bike was okay, but it was just frustrating. The person just went up straight to the dismount line. You see the dismount line coming up, and they decided, I'm gonna, you know, stop after the dismount line. So they went over the dismount line, so I absolutely ate it because of this person, and, you know, which is frustrating. So I sort of got myself back together, went into transition, and then just kind of shook it off, and then just went on the run. And I just started trying to push the pace a little bit, trying to catch these guys. And it's tough sometimes with these races because there's other races going on, like there's triathlons and other events going on at the same time. So you don't really know who's in your race sometimes until basically the turnaround, because you'll see like, oh, this is the shorter route, this is the second run, so these people are definitely in my race. And I sort of realized, you know, basically the second half of the last run that I was gaining on the people ahead of me. So I was in 4th place, and I was gaining on the people ahead of me. I was trying to just put the hammer down and just catch them, but I ran out of road. End of the day with a 4th place overall. If I had maybe 400 meters more, I probably would have caught 2nd and 3rd place. But I just didn't have enough space, which is how it goes sometimes. I kind of messed up on the strategy there a little bit, but that's just how it goes. You know, I didn't want to overdo it with the heat because I was already overcooking, and you know, it didn't help to sort of have that frustrating thing going into transition. But you know, it was a great day overall. I'm the age group national champion in the duathlon for, you know, 20 to 29, which is awesome, which is really cool. And I'm 4th overall in the country, which is also very, very cool. So I can see myself progressing, which is great. You know, I'm training, trying to get better, trying to, you know, hit the next level. And one of the great things about that national championships is that I was able to get my qualification spots for the World Championships next year in Spain. So I will be going to Spain again next year, so that'll be fun. But that was a little bit of a national championship sort of race recap. I know I didn't do one. It's been, you know, like 2 months since it happened. And, you know, I got to sort of wrap up the season with that race because that was my last race of the season. It was great. It was, you know, a short season because, you know, got married, had a honeymoon, got COVID. And, you know, the second half of the season, which was really, you know, it was just all I had, was able to do a few races. Some of them went great, some of them not so great, but it's just one of those things, just trying to improve, trying to get that fitness, and we'll be back again next year. So until next time, we'll catch y'all later. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, share it with friends, share it with your grandparents if they're looking for something to watch, and we'll catch y'all later. Peace out.